The Iran war has turned a jet fuel shock into a broader squeeze on household budgets, not just at the gas pump, but at checkout when you book a flight. Since the U.S. Israel strikes on Iran began in late February, crude has surged and jet fuel has spiked even faster. The global benchmark jumped roughly 58% in a single week in early March and has hovered between $150 to $200 per barrel in many markets, up from $85 to $90 before the conflict. Because fuel typically represents 20 to 40% of an airline's operating costs and can rise to 70% when prices spike, carriers are moving quickly to pass the costs on. Across North America, Air Canada and WestJet say pricing is being adjusted constantly to reflect volatility. Air Transat is already tacked on higher fuel surcharges for Europe and is raising fares on peak dates and less competitive routes. In the U.S., United CEO Scott Kirby warned the impact will probably start quick, and the airline is cutting 5% of capacity in Q2, Q3, trimming red ice, midweek flights, and some Chicago O'Hare flying, while keeping Tel Aviv and Dubai suspended. Abroad, Air New Zealand raised one-way economy fares by $10 New Zealand dollars domestically, $20 New Zealand dollars on short-haul international, and $90 New Zealand dollars on long-haul, and said it will cut 5% of flights, almost equals 1,100 services, through early May, affecting regional airports. Qantas, SAS, Cathay Pacific, and Hong Kong Airlines have also announced surcharges or outright fare hikes. Cathay's surcharge to Europe/North America sits near $73, with increases of up to 35% on some Hong Kong routes. Hedging offers only partial protection. Many carriers are 60 to 80% hedged for the near term, but coverage falls off later in 2026, and some Asian airlines hedged crude rather than jet fuel, leaving them exposed when refining margins blew out. Analysts warn that each $10 per barrel increase in jet fuel can shave roughly 6% off Asian carriers' 2026 profits if not offset by pricing. For travelers, the fallout is twofold: higher base fares and the return of fuel surcharges, plus fewer choices as airlines prune schedules to protect margins. The pinch also ripples beyond aviation. Gasoline is near $3.79 per gallon, and diesel has topped $5, pushing up trucking and freight costs that show up in grocery and retail prices. If fuel stays elevated through spring, expect tighter capacity, steeper peak season fares, and more airlines adding surcharges rather than absorbing the hit.